Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Infiltrator class in Planetside 2, and I'm really excited about this video because this is one of the few games that I feel really does justice to the sniper class. There's not a lot of shooters out there that really have good options for the sniper class. Sure, they give you cool shooting scenarios in maybe a single player version of the game, but in multiplayer there's really not a lot of maps where or situations, scenarios in most shooters where you're like, you know what would be perfect for this situation? A sniper. But Planetside is huge. There's tons of enemies, tons of really long range scenarios, and sniper is perfect for many of them. And I really need to start calling the sniper the Infiltrator because he's much more than just a guy with a good long range rifle. He can have he has a cloaking ability, which is actually much better than most sci-fi games cloaking abilities. Now it's very hard to see somebody who's cloaked unless they're extremely close to you, but far range cloak is really hard to spot, so it's actually very good protection when trying to not be seen. So you can sneak in, you can sneak behind forces, you can sneak into bases. You also have the ability to hack enemy consoles. So that's awesome. You can sneak into an enemy base, hack a console, and then get ammo from it, or even switch classes if you wanted to, but then you couldn't potentially rehack the console and switch back or something like that, or the enemy could rehack it, I guess. But it's really interesting. It's a cool class, and as you can see here, we're playing on Esamir, this big wide open ice world, and I'm getting up on top of these big mountains here to get the best view that I can, and I've gone cloak here. And what's cool about going cloak is you can still zoom in while you're cloaked. So as you can see, I'm zooming down my sniper rifle scope here, and you can do that while you're cloaked. So a really awesome tactic is to go cloak, peek over a mountain, zoom in on some guy who has no idea you're there because you're completely invisible, decloak while still zoomed in, and take the headshot. It's amazing, and in fact I've killed a few guys. At the very end of this video you'll see a funny little clip where a guy drop pods in right next to me. I'm cloaked, he runs directly at me, not seeing me, I decloak and shoot him in the head. It's awesome. There's like not a lot of classes you can do that with. Now, of course, because you have the bolt action sniper rifle, you don't have any sort of assault rifle. You have a pistol, and later in the game you're going to be able to get multiple kinds of pistols, so you might be able to get something that better suits the Infiltrator class, maybe something that's a little bit more powerful in close quarters. But at the moment, you're just so stealthy and you have the ability to really set yourself up in all the appropriate combat situations that I find the pistol perfectly adequate, because most of the time when I switch to it, I'm switching to it when the guy has his back turned to me and he has no idea that I'm there. Another interesting thing about the weapon customization is, aside from getting different kinds of scopes, like right now I have the basic scope, which isn't very high time zoom. You can put much more magnified scopes on here. They take a lot of cert points right now, and I know Sony's working on adjusting the certification point requirements for certain unlocks. Like somebody was saying how they had to capture like over 100 bases or something just to get the red dot scope or something for an assault rifle. It's kind of ridiculous at this point, but again, it's beta, so everything's changing. But you can modify the snipers with different scopes, but you can also get higher level snipers later on in the game, sniper rifles that will be more bolt action. So rather than having this quick fire, as you're seeing me right now, I'm taking a lot of shots right now. You know, if I miss a shot, it doesn't matter too much, I just take another shot. Well, you'll have the option to have much more powerful bolt action sniper rifles where you can take your time lining up for the head and then getting a one-shot kill. Now, the other interesting thing about hacking is that when you get into an enemy base, and the Infiltrator class really is named for infiltrating, you're good at getting into enemy bases undetected, you can actually hack and take over enemy turrets, and this can be absolutely devastating, especially if you hack, say, an artillery cannon turret that's just got a perfect line of sight of the entire enemy's defense. I mean, in theory, you could hack a turret that has a line of sight on 30 guys, and you could probably mop them up relatively quickly if it was the right kind of turret. So I anticipate a lot of amazing stuff with the Infiltrator in the future. I'm going to be playing it a lot more because it's just a ton of fun. Right now we're out defending this one little point. New Conglomerate was just steamrolling us, and we pushed back to this one tiny little outpost, and I guess the New Conglomerate army split up, so not all of their armor came this way. and we managed to actually hold them off and push them back here. But there's not a lot of cover out in this field, and they're all trying to push up through this field and realizing they only have like 3 or 4 rocks. So we were picking them off the rocks and then pushing up to the rocks and continuously pushing them further back down the field. And as you can see there, I sort of used my little cloak ability, went cloak, shot the guy in the head, go back to cloak, run away, and look at all those snipers off in the distance, just like all lining up for me. And I know I sound a little bit giddy in this video, and that's honestly because I am. This is the way that sniper classes should be played. There's no other game on the planet that's gonna allow you this many targets at this long of range in a multiplayer game. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, you can tell me all day about some of your crazy long headshots in Battlefield 3. The problem with that game is that sitting up on a hill and trying to get guys from long range, you often only get a kill once in a blue moon, and on top of that, you're being not that helpful to your team. In this situation, I actually feel like I'm really helping out. I'm taking out a lot of those long-range snipers. I can get up closer, sneak up with my stealth class, and sort of come around back and take out a bunch of guys. I'm actually getting more kills than I would be if I were playing an assault class and sort of charging in the front lines right now. I can really just decimate everybody who's peeking over the hilltops in the distance. Now this is just the beginning of the Infiltrator class. With time, if you play this a lot and put more certification points in it, you're going to be able to do things like upgrade your cloak recharge. You're going to be able to add abilities like run faster while cloaked. You're going to get really cool tools like better, faster hacking tools, scramblers, which can disable enemy radar that are close by. You can get EMP spikes, you can get multiple kinds of interesting grenades. There's just going to be a lot of ways to really customize this class and tailor it to your specific playstyle. So that pretty much wraps it up for my little intro to the Infiltrator class, and check out this kill. Completely stealth, uncloak, shoot him in the head. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to rate it up if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.